So we're going to be working on the Python midterm review. And to get that, I'm just going to go ahead and CD into my desktop, and then I'm going to download this review exam. So we can download it by going to git and then going to /python _midterm _review. And that's going to go ahead and download this repository. So you just need this command. And then we can go ahead and CD into the repository we just downloaded. So if we open this repository, desktop Python midterm review, we can see that it has this document right here. And this document is the midterm review. So it is going to be very similar to the midterm exam, except the questions are changed just slightly. So why don't we work through all of this? Let's work on question number 1. But before we start working on question number 1, I'm going to go ahead and create a folder called Our Answers. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we already have a folder called Answers. Answers is going to contain my answers, the answers that I gave, and we're going to save our answers inside this folder, Our Answer. Oops, I'm going to rename that to Our Answers. There we go, Our Answers. And then I'm going to go ahead and just open Sublime. And with Sublime open, I'm just going to drag this folder in Sublime so it opens the folder right here. And then we're going to go open Answers, and we can see that Answers already has all the answers. And it already has all the answers. These are answers that I've saved before, but we want to work through it ourselves so we can get some of the practice. If you cheat and just look at the answers, then you're only cheating yourself. But if you need to look at some of the answers, feel free to look at that. So I'm going to open up our terminal and create 1.py. Of course, if you are in a Windows, you want to do new item 1.py instead of touch. But I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to use touch. And what this did is created 1.py. Actually, I'm going to delete that. And then first, I'm going to CD into Our Answers. And then I'm going to do the same thing in Our Answers 1.py. And we can start with question number 1. I'm going to copy question number 1, and I'm going to leave it as a comment. Why don't I make this very big? I'm going to leave it as a comment. So question number 1 says, create a list containing your favorite food. Use bracket notation and position numbers to print each food's name, as well as a message about the food item one at a time. The text of the message should be the same, with only the name of the food being different. So I'm going to go ahead and create favorite food. And then this is real easy. To create a list, we use square bracket notation. And then I'm just going to create a list of strings. The first one is pepper soup. My father makes a wonderful pepper soup. The second one is a goosey soup. And last one is vegetable soup. Let's put jollof rice, just to be a little bit different. And then we want to print a message about the food item. So we can create our message, say MSG for message, and then we can say my mother, let's say I love my mother's, and then we can say plus whatever it is. And you know what? We could do it this way. I'm going to show you, this is the preferred way to do it. I'm going to show you another way to do it, and this is the not so good way. And then I'm going to show you why we shouldn't do it this way. So output 2 equals I love my mother's. And then we're just going to print favorite food using bracket notation and a position number. This will give us the first favorite food. I'm going to copy with Control C or Command C on a Mac, Control C on a Windows, and then paste with Command V or Control V on a Windows. And then I'm just going to change this to output 2, output 3, and then I'm going to get position number 1 to get the second item in the list, position number 2 to get the third item in the list. And then I'm just going to print output 1, copy and paste using Control C or Command C, and then Control V or Command V, and change these right here. So why don't we go ahead and run it, 1.py, and there it is. I love my mother's pepper soup. I'm going to add a period to each one of these, plus period. I'm going to go ahead and just copy that. Oops. And then run it again. Python 3, 1.py. I love my mother's pepper soup. I love my mother's egusi soup. I love my mother's jollof rice. So the reason this is a poor way to do it, because what if I want to say I love my father's? Because my father makes a very nice pepper soup. So let's just change it to my father. And we can run it again. And it works, but we have to change father every time here. So let's do a simpler way. We're just going to say message here. And then we're going to say message equals, and then we're going to write the message here. So let's try this way. Message, message. And then I'm going to run it, and we can see that we get the same output. I love my father's pepper soup. I love my father's egusi soup. I love my father's jollof rice. And if I want to change it from father to mother, they both cook well. My mother, of course, is the more seasoned cook. Then it works just as well. Look at that. And now we only need to change it in one place. So we can stop there, but actually I want to do a little bit something different, because we did it this way, but there's a more efficient way to do string formatting. And I'm going to show you guys that more efficient way. Well, I'll save that for question number 2. We could just stop here. So that is question number 1. Question number 2, I'm going to copy this and then create a new file called 2.py. Open 2.py, and then I'm going to paste question number 2 here as a comment. So create a list of songs you like, such as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and make a list to store several examples. Use a for loop to print a series of statements about these songs, such as I love to sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in the shower. And in case you guys are wondering, this is the book that we use in class, Python Crash Course, a hands-on program-based introduction by Eric Matthews. And you can buy this book at Amazon. And if you go through questions or chapters 1 through 6, that is what we've done up until this point. Once you've done chapters 1 through 6, then you can do this exam very well. So in case you're not quite understanding anything in this course, you can review this book. We are talking about list right now. So, and these questions are based off similar type questions in the book. So question number 2, we have pasted it. Now we can work through it. So first I'm going to create a list of songs, and maybe we can do Opposite People by Fela. And then we can do, say Fela. Another song, so let's see, Feso Haye, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, by Sahara All Stars of Joss. And then we need another one. Let's look up what the name of this song is. I think it's Bindiga by Wellis Band. Make sure that is correct. Bindiga by the Wellis Band. Cool. So Bindiga by the Wellis Band. Did I spell that correctly? I did. So we have our list. Our list has 3 items. Wonderful. So now we want to use a for loop, so for song in songs. And then we want to print a series of statements about these songs, such as I love to sing. All right, so I love to sing. And then we can just say plus song. And then we can say plus in the shower. If we run that, it should be able to work. So 2.py. I love to sing Opposite People by Fela in the shower. I love to sing Feso Haye by the Sahara All Stars of Joss in the shower. It is the Sahara All Stars of Joss. And then I'm also going to add a little line break, a new line, and run it again. There we go. That looks much better. I love to sing Opposite People by Fela in the shower. I love to sing Feso Haye by the Sahara All Stars of Joss in the shower. I love to sing Bindiga by the Wellis Band in the shower. So this is a good way to do it, but there's another way we can do string formatting. There's a preferred way to do string formatting. So I'm just gonna first just cut all of that using Control X or Command X on a Mac, and then I'm saying message equals and paste the same thing here, and we can see if we run it, it works the exact same way. Wonderful. But we're going to comment this out, and we're going to use a different way to do string formatting. So for song in songs, then message equals, and we are going to use the old school way of string formatting. And this is not the preferred way. I just want to show it to you in case you see it in someone else's code. and this is the way it goes. I love to sing, and then instead of we could just do %s to mean string. So we're going to insert a string in here in the shower, and then add our new line. And now we want to do %, and then the variable in song will be inserted into the string. And then as usual, we can print message. So we have changed the code, we can run it, and it works the exact same way as it did previously when we had this be in the code. So this is the old school way of string formatting. If we want to have a string inserted into a string, we can just do %s, and then after the string, %, and then the variable that should be entered in place of %string, %s. So hopefully that is pretty straightforward for you guys. I'm actually going to comment this out and show you the more modern way, modern way of string formatting. And we're going to again do our for loop, message equals. So I love to sing, and then before we did the %s, but now we're just going to do curly brackets in the shower, and then add our new line. And now we want to call this dot format method. And inside this dot format method, we want to give it the argument that should be inserted in here. So song, and then print message. So we can run this again and see that it works the exact same way. We just use a more modern way of doing string formatting. This is the old school way, this is the more modern way. Now I'm going to show you the preferred way, the most modern way, preferred way, and this is only available if you have Python 3.6 and above. So need Python 3.6 and above. So for song and songs, and then before I continue here, I'm just going to make sure we comment this out. And then message equals, and here we're going to write an F, and this stands for format, right before our string, and then I love to sing, and then curly brackets, and I'm going to go ahead and write that variable directly into this curly bracket in the shower. And now this is much easier. You see, we don't have to have the dot format. It makes it much simpler. So print message, and don't forget the period, and then the new line. And we can run this code and see it works exactly the same way. This way is preferred because it is more concise. If you want to know more about why this way is concise and why it's preferred, you can check out the PEP 8 on it at this website. I should maybe have a link in the description. And it tells you the history of string formatting. This used to be the first way to do it, but it's a little verbose and difficult to read this way. And then we have the dot format way as well too. The dot format way works, but it's just, again, a little verbose. And then the F string is used because it is the most concise, readable way to include the value of a Python expression inside of a string. So this is the way that I'm going to use from now on. I may show you another example in the future, but this is the preferred way. Again, you need to have Python 3.6 or above to use F formatting. With that done, we can go ahead and move on to question number 3. Question number 3. So first, I'm going to use touch 3.py. Again, if you are on a Windows, you want to do new item 3.py, but I am on a Mac, so I'm going to use touch 3.py. And then copy question number 3 with Control C. Go to question number 3, and I'm going to insert it as a comment. So question number 3 asks us to make a list of universities we would like to attend, and then use a for loop to print a message to each university stating your desire to attend the universities. So I'm just going to say universities equals, again, a list. You want to use a square bracket. We're going to have a list of strings. First university is Harvard. Second one is MIT. Third one is Stanford. Fourth one is, why don't we say Caltech? And then Princeton. And we can stop there. Am I forgetting anyone? Harvard, MIT, Stanford. Okay, that works. So then we want to say for uni in universities, and then message equals, so we want to print a message to each university. So how about I would love to attend. I would love to attend your university. And I would love to attend, and let's just say plus uni. and plus period, new line. So this is the original way we did it with string concatenation, but there's a better way to format strings as we just learned. But I just want to run this real quick. Don't forget to print message. So when we run it, 3.py, it works. I would love to attend Harvard. I would love to attend MIT. So this works, but instead of using concatenation, which means adding strings together, we can do a more graceful method of string format. And so I'm just going to comment that out. And again, we're going to go through all the different ways to do string formatting. Message equals, so I would love to attend. And we're going to do the %sign method. Period. Then %sign uni. And print message. So make sure that works. I'm going to save with Control S and then run it. And it works just the same. Our period is a little bit forward. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. So our period is one space ahead, so I fixed that. Did I fix it? I did not fix it. Okay, I did fix it. So it works, great. But this is the old school way of doing it. So old school way of string formatting. So just like in number 2, I'm going to go ahead, just like in 2.py, I'm going to comment this out. And then we're going to do more modern way. And then for uni and universities. And then message equals. And the more modern way is, of course, using the dot format string. I would love to attend. And then we use the curly brackets to indicate the variable we want to be, the expression we want to be inserted here. And then let's say period and new line. And then we need to call the dot format method and then give it an argument for what should be inserted here. And of course that is uni. And then prints message, and it should work exactly the same way. And it should work exactly the same way. We didn't save earlier. There it is. Works exactly the same way. But of course, we know that although this is a more modern way, the most modern and preferred way is using the F format. So most modern way, let's say preferred way, and then need 3.6 and above. Let's say for uni and university. And then we can say message equals, and then we're going to use F format, and I would love to attend uni, period, new line, and that's all we need, message. So hopefully you guys can get used to how much more concise the F formatting method is. And we can go ahead and run that. Python 3.py, oh, uni and universities. Run it again, Python 3.py, and there it goes. I would love to attend Harvard. I would love to attend Harvard. I would love to attend MIT. I would love to attend Stanford. I would love to attend Caltech. So it works great. So let's go ahead and save that, and we can move on. After I blow my nose. Alright, so let's continue. We just finished question number 3. So I'm going to go ahead and create 4.py, open 4.py, copy question number 4, and paste it. So it says, use len to print a message indicating the number of universities you wish to attend. You should say, I want to attend 6 universities, replacing 6 with the output from len. So why don't we go ahead and copy the code that we had, just this list from question number 3. And then we just want to say number of universities equals len universities, and then print I want to apply to 6 universities. And then instead of 6, we should have the number of universities. Number of universities, period. If we do this, let's run it. We're going to get an error. It's going to say cannot concatenate an int with. Go ahead and run it. We are going to get an error that says cannot concatenate. Oh, we got another error. It looks like I made two mistakes. That's because I've got the plus here. So let's run it again. It says can only concatenate string to string. It cannot concatenate string to integer. That's because we must convert this one to a string. So we convert it to a string, and there it goes. I want to apply it to 5 universities. But as you know, we don't like doing this way of, I'm going to go ahead and make it a message instead to make it simpler and run it just to show it still works. It works, but we don't like using string formatting this way. There's a more graceful way of doing string formatting as opposed to just concatenating a series of strings. And we even can do it where we don't need to first convert number of universities from an integer to a string. We can do it in a method that will convert it automatically for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and comment this out, and we're going to create message another way. So I'm going to say message equals I want to apply to, and first the old school way of string formatting, and universities. And then we just write the variable that we want inserted into here. Now, before we did %s because we wanted a string. Now, if we want an int, I think it's %n. Don't quote me on that. Let me just go ahead and figure out. Bing. We can say Python string formatting %. I think it's %r for. We'll find out. So let's see. S for string, D for integer. So we need to do %d. And then here we can just write the integer we want to be inserted. And if we run it, it should work the exact same way. There it is. I want to apply to 5 universities. And now we're doing it using the old school way. But we don't want the old school way, of course. Old school way of string formatting. We do not want this way. We want modern way, and modern way would be I want to apply to curly brackets universities, and then dot format string, and in here we just want to insert whatever variable we want to be in the place of these curly brackets, and that is of course number of universities. We run it again and we see that it works just the same, but as I'm sure you know, we don't want the modern way, we want the newest way, and I'm just going to write this to be the preferred way, and that is of course you need Python 3.6 to do so, and we're going to use F formatting instead. I want to apply to, and we're just going to simply put number of universities inside curly brackets, and then that should work out for us well. So I'm going to run it again, and we have an error. Invalid syntax. What is my error? We forgot an equal sign. Run it again, and it works. I want to apply to 5 universities. So we're finished with question number 4. On to question number 5. So we know the drill. Create 5.py using touch, and then we're going to open it and then paste the question. You just realized that one of the universities you would like to attend does not offer enough scholarships. Well, that's sad. Start with your program from the previous question and print a statement at the end of your program stating the name of the university that you cannot attend. So which university can we not attend? So let's say cannot attend, and let's make that Princeton. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy everything here from our previous program, and I'm going to delete all these comments we don't need anymore. Delete the print statement, and then I'm going to move this down here. All right. So cannot attend Princeton. Start with the program from the and add a print statement at the end of your program stating the name of the university that you cannot attend. Okay, Prince cannot attend. So why don't we do this saying if I cannot attend, then cannot attend. So when we run it, we get I cannot attend Princeton. Wonderful. And we did directly right away the most recent way of string formatting, the F way. I don't know what else to call it. Okay, and that works. I think that's all we need for question number 5. Very easy. So let's go to question number 6. Again, we're going to do touch 6.py, and I'm just going to go ahead and clear things to make it easier. And then touch 6.py, open 6.py, copy question number 6, and then paste it as a comment. So change your list, replacing the name of the university that you cannot attend with the name of a new university you would like to attend. Okay, so I'm just going to copy everything from here and then paste it here, and I'm going to delete our print statement, and then let's say new university for city equals, let's say University of Lagos, Unilag. And we want to replace the name of the university you cannot attend with the name of the new university. So first we want to remove the university we can't attend. So let's say universities.remove. This method, of course, takes in the element that you want to remove. And it'll remove, this is a list method, and it'll remove the element from the list. So we want to remove cannot attend. And that, of course, will remove Princeton from our list. And now we want to add a new one. So let's see, we can just add by using the append method. Universities.append, and we want to add new university, and that should be it. I don't think this asks us to print anything. It doesn't ask us to print anything. Okay, so that's it. And I'm just going to run it. Maybe I'll just print the new list. I'll print the list to make sure that everything's working properly. Oops, I accidentally closed this. Let me go ahead and open that right up. CD into desktop, into Python midterm, CD into our answers, and then clear. And I'm going to go ahead and run 6.py, and there it is, our new list. We now have University of Lagos. We no longer have Princeton. Everything is working as expected. So we can move on. We are moving on to question number up. This is probably my food. We're going to take a break here. I'm going to eat my food, and then we'll continue on with question number 7 all the way up to the last question. See you guys. Bye. 喂，你好。